So let's talk about some things. You have under our talking points NBA Top Shot security. You want to tell me a little bit about that? Because I've been in the
this one's
dark.
pretty hot.
Okay.
There's a lot to dissect here in terms of stuff that relates to VeVe. I actually saved a Twitter thread about this, and I'll read through this. This is a guy that
You can pull it up.
let me see if I can share. Don't share my seed phrase.
Yeah, don't do that.
Here's what's happening with the Dapper lawsuit in 2021. Lawsuit was filed against Dapper plus the founder Roham, saying that NBA token or NBA Top Shot tokens were securities. The suit said that the NFTs were sold illegally and were not registered with the SEC. Dapper has been trying to get this lawsuit to go away. Last August, they filed a motion to dismiss. Now, this is the update. What happened today? District Judge Victor Marer ruling over the case denied the motion to dismiss. Now that case goes to actual trial. So that's what's happening.
Gosh.
So a lot of people like created false headlines, like kind of making fun of this situation, saying like judge thinks all collectibles are securities, and people actually thought like the case was over, and it caused like unnecessary FUD. But yeah, the case isn't even like, it hasn't started. So it's just now starting. However, this case caused the headlines to read, this part is not true. The court has simply dismissed Dapper's motion to dismiss, stating how some of what they did might be securities, how that works. Now, this is where it gets really important and then ties into VeVe. To deny the motion, the judge invoked the Howey test. The test is designed to determine whether something is a security or not. The judge said that number 2, common enterprise, applies here, and hence why they denied the motion. And we're not going to click on that. We're going to keep reading. Basically, the judge said that by buying NBA Top Shots, consumers were funding Flow's success. This is what gets interesting because OMI token, the reasonable inference to draw from these allegations is that the capital Dapper Labs raises through their offer of the moments is used to develop and maintain Flow blockchain. The plaintiffs also used a Sports Illustrated article, which is weird, that references how prices tank when the marketplace goes down. Basically saying that if investors were buying the success of moments, not Flow, then why would the moments go down in value when the chain stops working? And people have been asking this, Chris, even you did, where do the NFTs go if VeVe failed? Now, here's where I think it's different. Number 1, OMI's success isn't tied to the VeVe app and vice versa. We've already kind of known that. I mean, the OMI token can kind of get hyped up for sure, but right now there's no OMI utility program. There's no utility attached to it currently. So it's technically not really tied to it. I mean, it is to an extent, but it's not like how Flowchain works. Flowchain is an entire blockchain. OMI is not. Yeah. So a couple differentiator things here that's quite different from Flowchain and NBA Top Shots. So this is kind of an interesting case. Another example in the suit, that physical card values would survive the collapse of their parent companies, whereas NBA Top Shot moments would not survive the collapse of Flow. And Chris, this is why I think, David, you mentioned specifically in that last AMA that NFTs would still go back to the holders through a certain mechanism, whatever that may be. We don't know, right? But I think that's why, David, you actually mentioned that, because now the court can't say that VeVe NFTs just disappear if VeVe disappears. So I think David's been kind of communicating to the public basically what's happening here in the Top Shots case, in my opinion. I mean, which is very smart. The judge also found that the defendant's public statements and marketing materials objectively led purchasers to expect profits. The judge screenshots of tweets of NBA Top Shots as an example. These ones in particular, I'm not going to pull that up. Well, I can retweet this or something, or if somebody wants to. Chris, I can send this to you afterwards too. Anyways, that's kind of like, it keeps going on about the Howey test. And
give us that TLDR.
That's it.
I'm not. No, I mean, he had a TLDR tweet.
Did he?
Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Read it to us.
Lawsuit from 2021 against Dapper. Dapper tried to get it denied. Today, judge said no. Let's proceed. Judge said that it's possible the value of the moments were tied to the value of Flow. Okay. Hence, their securities next at trial. Now, the judge did say that this is specific to Top Shots. All right. So he said other platforms aren't on the table. Top Shots is unique because they have the Flow chain. So again, quite different from VeVe. VeVe does not operate an entire blockchain. They just have a token, which is very, very different.
VeVe would have been under this if OMI was still tied to the app, probably. I mean, like you said, OMI doesn't have a chain, so maybe it would like have differentiated it. But okay, for instance, with OMI originally, I don't know if you, well, I know you remember, in 2020, you could actually buy collectibles with OMI, right? You know, you could swap, or you could swap for gems, swap for OMI. I think if you'd have left that, you could argue that the success of OMI also depends on the success of the NFTs, or like the market's kind of correlated with each other.
Now, this
which
case,
they cut.